So once again, thank you so much for joining today's session as per the plan for the demonstration on Azure Cloud Administrator. Let's begin with what is the agenda we have planned and going to talk about. It's a demo class. So I hope everyone know that is in the most important to upskilling ourselves current situation or current scenario, right? Every one market and companies are looking for cloud technologies, right? In that it's a more trending and more requirement, more vacancies are in Azure. So why I need to learn this Azure comparatively other cloud technologies, right? You know that what are the other cloud vendors or cloud technologies? What are those?
AWS GCP.
Right, AWS and DCP. Why I should learn today? I mean, no, for upskilling ourselves for Azure. It's a Microsoft product, right? It's a Microsoft product. The most important, the more requirement, and this Azure is a cloud is acquired across globe. Comparatively, AWS and GCP, the Azure is a more acquired and more usable for the globally, right? Globally, it is using for the many vendors and many business, many customers are using. Hence, companies are using. Hence, because of that, the requirements are more, right? The requirements are more, vacancies are more. Also, the package also is a more comparatively AWS and whoever working on Microsoft product, right? Whoever working on Microsoft currently, it's a primary skill. Like some people are in SCCM administrator, some people are fresher, some people are in sys server administrator, right? And some people are another database administrator. No matter what kind of administrator they are in Microsoft product, they would be going to choosing for the Azure, which is Microsoft product. Other can also be choose who are connecting their Linux and other platform. They can go ahead with this other vendor. And ultimately, we would need for package who are willing to change a job, who has experience on 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience, or more than 5 years of experience. Also for upskilling, it must need it. Basically, who are working on Windows product, Windows Server administrator, or desktop support administrator, Active Directory. So we need to upskilling three things. One is we would need to have that is in primary skill like Windows Server administrator or SQL administrator, whatever administrator we are working as a primary skill. Along with this, we need to have that is in one cloud skill plus automation, which I recommend for that is in PowerShell. It's very much mandatory. Current uh, market, which expected, which would be a multiple skill, is completely a full package, right? So when you talk about the cloud skill, what are we going to learn in Azure, which is the name called as a Azure, where certification name would be AZ104. That AZ104 name is called as a Cloud Associate Cloud Administrator. So you will be going to learning in this session. Overall, it's a 30 hours course duration. It's a weekend online training, right? So what are the topic we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss thoroughly and practically with the lab, Azure networking, Azure storage, Azure Active Directory, which is called Entra ID, Azure Virtual Machine, Azure Backup and Restore, and Azure Monitor. So these mainly areas for exam point of view. If you go and ask what are the standard content we are going to talk about in Microsoft recommendation course content is at 104. If you ask Microsoft, you should refer with always Microsoft portal for we are going to covering. Certification. Okay. And certification plan you wanted to go with later to scheduling, you would be going to plan for it is nowadays is online now. You can anytime schedule the exam for when you are ready with that. Okay. You should be going to click on this training.
Hello everyone. Sorry I late joined.
Yeah, no problem. Right. We are going to see this AZ104 syllabus. Not developer. You just go with not exam schedule, just certification part only. You can see this syllabus. Okay. Azure Administrator. I should be getting for this content. Let me just go through again. Should be one common portal for to show us study guide. Okay, it should be study guide. Should be referring to the Microsoft portal. This common URL would be did they removed or not? I'm not getting this Microsoft portal certification part. Right here it is. Prepare the exam and all. We'll click on this. When you go to this, it would give that is redirecting for the course content would be, yeah, it should be here. It is. Right, here it is. So from the exam point of view, what we are going to talk about, right? These are the topic. Manage Azure Identity and Governance, which is comes under for Azure Enter ID, which is called as Azure Active Directory. And implement and manage storage for the Azure storage part. Deploy and manage computer resources, which is Azure Virtual Machine. Implement and manage Azure Virtual Networking, which is completely talking about how you are creating virtual networking, VPN, subnetting, right? Multiple networking, VPN, point to site, site to site. How do you going to do that is in multi-networking part, and routing part. We're talking about Azure networking, and monitor and maintain the Azure resources. This is exam point of view. We have to learn all these things, right? So when you talk about this when you completed training and you understood how this has been, concept are clear, you can plan for your exam scheduling. If you talk about INR for the exam fees, now they have reduced fees comparatively earlier cost. Okay, Indian cost should be, it is 4,860 rupees INR. When to schedule the exam, you can directly from the schedule from here, and you can process it further. It would required for the Hotmail account, and your live.com or hotmail.com for the Microsoft account would need it, and you can process it. This, and this would be a 100-minute complete assessment. You can process it. So this topic is mandatory to learn it, and when you become a certified for the Azure AZ104. So we would need for that our subscription to start our journey for the cloud. So everything it is centralized one single portal called as https portal.azure.com. Either production or lab or test point of view, you can use it for the same common portal.azure.com. And once you logged in, the default you would need to be, who does not have that subscription need to create it. If you talk about here Azure free subscription, it is mandatory to have this Azure free subscription. You have to get registered with this. We would get for the $200 credit by default free account. You would be getting for the 30 days free. First 30 days you would be able to see this, what are the services are there, which we talked about, Azure storage, Azure networking, Azure Enter ID, virtual machine, backup and restore, everything. We know that is in on premises. We have already done it, who are working on the administrator point of view. So how this entire on premises, where we are data center on-prem environment called as a data center, DC, where we are already using for, that is in our physical server, right? Physical server, physical networking, right? And these are all converted into the virtual, right? Physical networking. The ultimately the resource is going to be fall under specific location, specific region on that data center. So basically, what is cloud, right? What is cloud here? What is the best definition? What is cloud? Accordingly, you are understood. What is cloud? Anyone answer for this question? Yes, identity access management is part of AZ AD, correct? But we would be covering about whatever the syllabus on the AZ104. When you talk about identity access management, it completely comes under for SC300. I will make it to help to understanding the roadmap of the certification for which skill you would like to upskilling. So tell me, what is cloud now? accordingly your understanding and common definition for the what is cloud.
Cloud means Neil, it's storing and accessing everything means like data application and any services which is related our website or any application. Sorry,
Okay,
over the
how it is
internet
done?
instead of computer hardware or local.
Okay,
Sorry.
no worries. I think yeah. Thanks. How about others? What is cloud? What is cloud? Why we need to have this cloud?
It is like a centralized repository where we can use all the resources anytime.
Okay, correct. Where those resources and what are those resources? Where the resources fall under and what are those resources?
Those
What do you mean by
resources will
resources?
be like virtual machines, computers,
Correct.
servers
Where they would be fall under? Where they are deployed?
on the cloud.
No, no. I-
Okay.
With the help of the
Deployed
cloud,
in
you are
data
accessing the resources. The definition is over the network, over the network, correct? Over the network. Network means what? You would need internet. Accessing the resources. What do you mean by resources here? It must be a virtual machine. It might be a network. It might be a
Servers.
uh, servers, right? It might be a database. It might be application.
Yes.
Anything, any resources, correct? etc. But where are these? Where are these originally fall under? Where are these originally deployed? Where these all are coming from? We understood, okay, over the cloud, which is portal.azure.com. When you go to this portal, example, let me log into the portal.azure.com. This is a common portal for all the resources. Okay. I'm going to log in with my account. Okay, I logged into the portal. This is a common portal for everyone. And here it is, all the resource we are going to talk about, right? When you click on this three, you would be able to see all services, right? What are there is a category. Microsoft has made a categorized, right? Microsoft has bringing all the areas, not only virtual machine, not only networking, not only other technologies, but whatever day-to-day operations, business point of view, applications point of view, automation point of view, security point of view, monitoring point of view, what kind of point of view, everything categorized, they brought into the cloud and they made as a categories. and whatever service and whatever newly feature implementing, those would be fall under respective areas. Now in Azure we have that is in AI plus machine learning as well. In Azure we have analytics, in Azure we have a compute, Azure we have a container, we have a database, DevOps, general. See, this all the services are there, and we will not be learning all these things, and which is relevant for the agent 104. We would be learning all these things, and later you would be come to know that with when you're going to advance upskilling yourself, you would be going to learn based on the requirement. But Microsoft, when you comparatively 5 years or 6 years back, this would not be, it was not there. They keep on implementing new feature, enhanced feature, adding in the respective areas. That's what they keep on adding. You must be seeing these areas, which is count 20, 21. Today's data will count here. So next 6 months or 5 months, you would be able to see number get changed, because they are keep on working on these areas and keep on implementing new features based on the use cases, and they would be implementing on respective areas. So it will be count would be keep on increasing. If you talk about last 2 years back, this count was very less, right? Very less. Now they keep on adding new features and enhanced innovative they were adding, and then it will be keep on increasing these numbers. But ultimately, over the business point of view, operations point of view, when you talk about the cloud, every service they're implementing from the Microsoft. Now if you talk about the virtual machine, as we said here, over the cloud, what is cloud here? That this normal definition, over the network. Network means internet. We must need internet accessing the resources. What are the resources? These resources. But it is helping us to, it is just for the intermediate portal, end user one side, accessing resources, which is intermediate portal, and the actual resources are where? They are fall under physically only, physically location, right? Microsoft, what is they did it is Azure means what? Across location, all the across globe, worldwide, globe, worldwide, they created, Microsoft created data center, physically data center, created physical data center. Getting me point? Data center means is on-premises environment, right? In this data center, we have all the resources. Here we have the resources. Now, end user going to accessing from the physical data center. When you're going to build a one VM, ultimately that VM is going to build in under the one of the location and physical data center. This portal will help us to accessing the resources. Getting me point? Through this portal, which is portal.azure.com, https portal.azure.com. With the help of this intermediate portal, we would be able to connecting over the, highly speed internet, highly speed network backbone connected to the across globe, all the physical data center. And Microsoft has created the own virtual platform. What is that own virtual platform? Which is called Hyper-V, right? There is Microsoft virtual platform called as Hyper-V. With this help of Hyper-V virtual platform, we are going to build a machine in a virtual platform, which is Hyper-V. This Hyper-V would be installed on the physical location on the specific server. Again, when you talk about the physical, it is the data center. In the data center, you have a rack system, data center, right? Again, you have the rack system, and their rack system physically server deployed, physically server mounted, right? You getting my point? What I'm trying to explaining, guys? Yes or no? Rack system, again they build for the physical server here. This
Yes,
everything
Neil.
is physical server or physical networking. Everything is already they have made ready. And with the help of whatever the end user requirement, with the help of the portal, this is just for the intermediate portal, that's all, nothing to do here. And ultimately is going to over the internet, is connecting to the end user. Say for example, if you ask a Microsoft Azure global infrastructure, global infrastructure, right? If you see here, it would give you the information across worldwide. See the data center, explore global data center. They have created multiple you might have heard about what you mean by region, right? Region, see this? Can you see here this diagram, this image?
Yes.
The centralized no means it's completely highly speed fiber optic cable using physically connected one end to other end. Over the internet we are accessing the resources across worldwide. They have spent a huge money, huge data center place they have created, huge data resources created already. They're telling we have all the resources available for you. You can access with the securely, with your it's kind of bank, it's kind of private bank. What is a bank does here? What is the bank operations, or what is the bank process going to do?
Centralized.
Sorry,
Centralized system.
what is that bank provide the service?
Mm, to
Account.
withdraw money. I mean, what kind of service? User service.
No, just take traditional or generic bank which we talk about, where we are depositing our money and we basically depositing money and withdrawing money, isn't it?
Simply facilitating a user.
Sorry,
Facilitating the user. Facilitating to
facilitating,
the
yeah,
user.
exactly. Now what is the bank does? What is the bank service actually providing? Take example, generic one. We depositing the money, correct?
Mhm.
And withdrawing the money whenever we need it. Yes or no? This is service providing by any bank, correct?
Yes.
Right. Now,
Just simply service provider, we can say.
correct. This is bank providing a service for us end user for money, specifically money point of view. But bank manager has all the access. Does the
No.
bank manager will withdraw the money for us from our account?
No.
Correct. Where we are putting our money into the bank, but only we have access, and the bank has provided multi-factor authentication or highly secured environment, locker system environment, right? We freely go and deposit our money, and we are securely depositing, securely accessing. We have a portal, your online account has been made, and we have our own username and password, and we cannot use other account to bank account to our account, or our account other people cannot use, isn't it?
Yes, I think we create the process.
Correct. We created process, we created all the resources, we created everything is in place and the centralized administrating for the money point of view on the bank, correct? The same concept implemented Microsoft. They have created huge data resources, where we need for the IT infrastructure, business point of infrastructure. Ultimately, we need computers, we need machines, we need a networking. These are all things they have already deployed. Microsoft says, when you wanted to make a business or you wanted to spend the infrastructure for your business, use money, don't do. They'll tell, if you want to invest your own money, but you need a place, you need to purchase for all the devices, servers devices, networking devices, cabling you have to do, you have to spend more money, isn't it? Microsoft says that is in, don't invest any single rupees. Whatever you needed, I have already ready. You just use it what you needed with a securely. So Microsoft has deployed for across worldwide, physically data center created. Instead of we manually spending huge money and create resources, Microsoft says You do whatever you want, you take whatever you needed, but pay me what you actually used it. That's all. And to avoiding a huge investment of initial time, and avoiding for that isn't something broken or something need to be upgraded, that headache will not be there. And only you need to just access it, how much time you're going to use it, and that much time only you can pay the money for to the service providing. It's the best for everyone. Business point of view, if you ask me, is very benefit, because if I am going to start my business, why should I invest huge money for the infrastructure? Yes or no? I need a place. I need all the on premises office infrastructure. I need to create a further data center. I need to create a security. I need to create a power, all fans, UPS, rack system. I should invest, purchase it everything with huge money, right? Hard money, correct? So don't require. What is Microsoft saying? Not needed. I have done everything. You just go ahead. You can go to the portal with your account. You need for what kind of resources you would need it. You go and create it, and what kind of configurations you need it. You take it, build it, and access that machine. And how much time you're going to use it, and just only pay how much time you're using. You're not paying single rupee for infrastructure what they have spent it. So currently the market is going to happening for whoever in a business point of view, they do not have any headache for the upgradation, because in on premises, if you talk about your own data center, what is going to happening here? We created a own data center. It's a physical data center. For it's earlier 10-year back, it was every IT infrastructure, it was using own data center. It would be like that only, own data center, and they have all the servers, right? And they have built all the applications, they have built all the database, everything. And something, one server is down, it is huge time to take resolve that issues, isn't it? If something that is software is compatibility issue has come, now again we have to upgrade it, we have to purchase a new hardware, new software, new licenses. Again, we do all these things for investing huge money, isn't it? Agreed or not? Understood, guys. So what Microsoft is did, do not have any headache in this licensing part, software part, upgradation, uh, and operating system point of view. Don't take anything. Don't pay single rupees. I'll take it. Microsoft will take care everything. So you just take everything I'm facilitating in a centralized. Okay, in a centralized, you just access what you needed. And if you ask me what would be the security, what would be the security? The people will comes under for the earlier, people are very worried about to use the cloud. How about the security? Might be people might have the access for the network, and they are going to hack our system and all. But now is a huge improvement and huge new enhanced features has been implemented in terms of the security. It is not so easy to break the network other infrastructure, and it's kind of a bank. You as I give example, can see one other bank account to other people easily, can access, because one common bank, multiple users are have account, and they are depositing their money. Does that anyone has the information of one account, one person can see other account, and he can do some withdrawing something other money other bank account? Is it possible? Is it possible? No, right? It has a huge security they implemented, right? You can do all the online things, and you have the own security, your own private account, isn't it? The same concept has been implemented in the cloud. Cloud means what? It is just for the platform we call as a cloud. It is generic word, use a cloud. And there is nowhere resources are put into the cloud. Ultimately the resources are in the end physical environment only. We would be accessing for the resources over this portal through internet, and whatever we needed we would be accessing. But in terms of why I need to choose this cloud, it is cost reduce, most important, and optimization, most important. This is what organizations are looking. I am not expecting for to do the things repeatedly. I'm not expecting to the same tickets multiple time. No. So you have to help me as a business point of view, how much cost you are going to reduce and how the things you are going to optimizing, the work you are going to reducing with implementing automation, right? These two things are keeping in mind and getting advantages and benefit for the cloud implementation. Huge cost will be reduced, correct? Compare now in a physical data center, you are spending every year, think about 100 crore for the traditional method. But after implementing cloud, same business operations activity, you are spending only for 50 crore rupees. Is okay, right? Now it is brought down to the 50 crore. Everything is implement same operations activity. And why should I go to this place? Isn't it? Every maintenance, all these things consider, earlier you were using 100 crore. Now why should I, now it is reduced to the 50 crore. Why should I go here? Because everything is reduced because of the cloud. That is what we are going to learn here. This cloud is most important. Business point of view, no, is a client side. Client side is a business point of view and a service based point of view, right? Client means these are all company where the huge billion and million dollar business they have it, and who are the service provider company, like the IT service provider company. Who are those? Many companies are there, right? Who are those? It would be Accenture, right? These are all service provider company. IBM, Wipro, right? Infosys, right? And there are many companies are there. These people will be going to talk with the client, which is business companies. We will be providing your IT infrastructure support, and we are supporting for, we are providing service all aspect in terms of everything in IT related. These people, if agree to give a contract, yes, you can, we have this much infrastructure in my organization, so please make sure everything should be smoothly going to run my all business and end user point of view, and all they'll make the deal and contract for the some years and some amount they will be agreed. That agreement will happen, then they are, these people will be hire the resources, right? These people will hire the resources. What kind of skill needed in this business they must be using for multiple devices or multiple critical servers. What kind of servers are there, right? And these kind of servers are application, database, cloud, everything. So if the servers are, now these people will tell the design, since your infrastructure is a physically a physical data center, so now you will be getting this much huge money investing, we would recommend you to go with the cloud. And these people will talking with the customers, right, as a client, and they will telling the reason, they will explain the reason, if you come to the cloud and you would be saving a lot of money and things are optimization, and obviously the business is also expecting same things. Once they are agree with to go with the cloud their infrastructure, obviously they are going to hire the resource. Now if they have more resources are in Azure, they need Azure resources, and we as an administrator now would be going to managing, what is that managing, what is we are supporting, we should know that what you mean by Azure storage, what you mean by enter ID, what you mean by, these are all we are going to understanding deeply. If someone asks you, that is when you are join as a cloud administrator in Azure, and what are the day-to-day operations activity it would be. If they ask you, there is in a, I would, there's business point of view specific region I would need for the 2022 server should be created, 22 servers created, deployed, around 20 server going to deployed with this configuration, right? And specific configuration plus this applications has to be installed. So he is saying that next 10 minutes I need to do this. How many servers? 20 servers. 2022 operating system, servers needed. Example, next 10 minutes he would need it. Earlier, one server you wanted to deploy physically and provide the customer, it would take long time. It will be months together earlier. Now he will send an email or he will submit the incident. Next 10 minutes I would need for the 20 servers for my business project going to start on that specific location, specific region. Possible or not? Current situation now? Yes or no?
Yes, possible.
Right. This is what is going to happening, which is comes under for optimization. He will be get ready with everything. Now he will talk about, he will tell that in the software deployment team, yes, my infrastructure is ready. You please do it and you can access it, do however you want it, and get the ready with all the my business, in onboard it. Earlier, how much time it was taking? If 20 server you wanted to build with a specific configuration, you have to have physically access the server and put the CD, DVD for the operating system, image, install, booting process, and then you configuring that operating system, install the drivers, install the applications manually. Then over the network, you are providing access to the end user. Something is goes wrong, if server was down or something, installing the patches. And during that time, if something broken and again it is taking time, right? It is all huge process involved when you accessing directly from the physical. But now, and again you need to have the, it is just not only accessing, it is it's a license cost, it is a operating system cost, right? Huge cost was involved. This is nothing. It just business needed 20 servers, and with this configuration, with these applications, that's all. With the script you can able to do. You see this, I'm going to do this in a virtual machines, and you can just create it. Example, what is the configurations you would be needed, right? Create a machine, virtual machine, which location he will be provided the information, which locations you would need. We should understand some terminology in Azure, what you mean by resource group, what you mean by subscription, right? And what is the name of the virtual machine? You see the region. We just fill the form. We just fill the form, and we can fill the form, and we deploy this. See the configuration of operating system, right? If you say, for example, VM1, I need to create for this RG resource group and a demo example, right? And this is for the VM1 machine name. I'm going to see this region. You see the region. This region already Microsoft has physically created the data center. Huge money invested. See this? And which region, which location you would need for your business? Central US example. And do you need any availability zone? Do you need for on scale set availability? Something goes wrong, one server is that automatically going to making your servers to available. If need, yes, you need to again pay the money for huge cost. If you don't want, I don't want to redundancy, and if you don't want any availability options, right? Standard, and which machines you would be going to use it. You see example, if you need a 2022 server, see this 22 to second one is desktop experience data center 2022, right? And what is the configuration of this VM, right? 2 CPU, 8 GB memory. If the configurations is provided, you can select it here. Is a different configurations are there. That's all. Provide the username and password. And when you go to the disk, hard disk point of view, right? And what is the size of the disk? By default, it would be using for the SSD hard disk, right? So default is given you 127 GB for the C drive, and it is premium SSD. Again, you are when you're going to creating in a physical data center, if you're going to create, it's a normal HDD hard disk drive. And nowadays we have the SSD hard disk. When you purchase a laptop, you would be having for the SSD hard disk. Do you know the difference between of HDD and SSD? What is the difference between HDD and SSD? You know, right? This is hard disk type, correct? Yes or no? Hard disk drive and SSD, solid state drive, correct? Hope you know the difference between of this. Nowadays a laptop, every laptop has SSD. What purpose we use the laptop SSD? It's a Compared to the normal SDD, it is a high speed, right? Your input output throughout it is going to using for the high speed comparatively this SDD. Your RPM rotation per minute is a high speed, and size, size is small compared to HDD, and obviously it would be involved cost compared to this. The cost is high, so we would need for the design high speed. Then it would be giving you, see this standard SDD also. They are still giving you standard SDD, but this cost is reduced. Cost is less. Cost is less. It is non-critical and interface access. But if you recommend it for the premium SSD or standard SSD, best for the web server, lightly used for enterprise applications and day one test and production using. It's a high speed. Everything is available in the data center. You choose what you needed accordingly. It's everything backend made automated. The connection, that API, everything made automated. This template, whatever you are filling, is going to connect to the respective location with the help of huge automated. It's going to be deployed. When you go to the networking, you see the networking, what kind of virtual network you would be needed. You need to provide the name, what would be the subnet, right? What is the network address you would be using here, and these are all, again, we need to talk about terminology. We need to understand what is a security group, what purpose we need to use it, inbound role, firewall point of view, and port point of view. When you wanted to access the server, to know that is an RDP, that is an RDP for accessing server, isn't it? The 3389 port number. And normally when you build a server in a physical data center, you wanted to access the server, that RDP port number should be enabled, right? Same things in a cloud also, you are going to enabling this by default, enabling the 3389, and that's all. When you go and create it, machine will be created in within next few seconds. Microsoft is given the portal and allow us to do what is you needed. Just fill the form, and accordingly that resource would be get ready. And you see the cost, estimation cost, monthly cost. And since I'm using for the pay as you go subscription, pay as you go means it is you are payable. It is kind of prepaid. Your mobile recharge, your SIM card, you're recharging postpaid and prepaid, right? It is if you recharge for the monthly, and you can use it how much amount it has already. And you see this, everything is been decided, the cost for how much you are based on your selection, accordingly the cost will be involved. Now every month estimated monthly cost, it would be $167, and you can divide it by 30, right? What would be the cost? Comparatively huge investment for one server. You need to invest huge money, that is going to saving for you. Getting me point, sir, guys? So this is how that Microsoft has made to easy things to manage our entire business point of view. So we as administrators should learn thoroughly and practically how we need to helping. When the people, service based company people are got the project from the business point of view, they should be hiring the resources where we are certified persons, where we have a skill on the Azure. Then you can tell that during interview, yes, I know that is in how that Azure virtual networking works, and how that is in, you see, these are the topic we are going to talk about in detailed. Okay, the notes you would be going to discussing about virtual networking, inter-site connecting, load balancer, storage, virtual machine, app services, backup and restore, their monitoring. These are all as part of the AZ 104. We are going to discuss in deeply. So after completion of this training, confidently you can update in your resume, your biodata. Say that is in, I am become a cloud administrator. I have the skill set, right? So I can handle it. Getting my point? And plus, with this help of the cloud administrator, you can have a additional skill with automation. For example, you need to learn the PowerShell, or you can learn for the JSON in detail, or you can learn for the Python, right? Considering all this, you should have the roadmap properly. Okay, many people coming to us and they are saying that I need to learn DevOps. What you will do, that directly learn the DevOps. No head and no tail. You have to make your career with a proper strong foundation, with the getting clarity on fundamental. Based on your primary skill, first you should have the primary skill, plus learn the cloud skill, plus automation, right? Then you have a fully packaged. Obviously, we wanted to survive in next 10 years in IT. It is very much mandatory. It is very essential to learn this. If you're not learning, if you're not upskilling ourselves, we will be very soon outdated. That's all will coming out. You forget about IT company, IT job. Nowadays is a huge. I think everyone know that is in people are implementing AI, right? Artificial intelligence is coming into the picture in IT, and it's taking every job and it is doing for all the activity, no matter complex environment, no matter it is basic, everything is AI is doing. If you teach that AI, these are things I'm doing and these are the requirement, you can follow the same instruction, then it's doing automatically. But when we wanted to survive, make sure guys, it is either you select us or anyone, but learn it. You have to have upskilling yourself. Otherwise, ultimately based on our experience, we should get good package. This is a goal. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes,
If
correct.
you wanted to get a good package, we have to upskill. Yes or no?
Yes.
And we
Yeah,
should
yes.
be enough. We should be enough confident, more confident to support. Don't be confusion, right? Many people will coming to us. I need to learn this. I need no. Make it very much important. Strong fundamental and foundation should be, you know, thoroughly need to understand that. Then you plan accordingly. I'm sure if you go with this path, you will have a more clarity and you will have more confident, and strongly you can tell that you can also perform very well. You know that everything what is needed when you understood the every topic thoroughly and practically and easy way. I know that is in if you go and ask Google and YouTube, you would be getting hell lot of information. You don't need to learn, pay and learn separately. But when you're coming to here to us, you should get some additional skill, additional understanding the concept. That is make you to feel yes, I chosen correct training center and I understood this concept, and because of that I can able to manage for many things, right? That is a feeling you should get it. That is what we are going to help you, and you should get a more benefit from this training who are planning to for your career growth and who are planning for job change, who are coming to the IT newly, which is who are fresher, and this is very much needed, guys. I would recommend to you, please learn it. Right? I'll talk about more about my experience and my introduction when we actually class is going to start coming week. That's it from my side. And if you have anyone has any question, feel free to ask.
Neil, what about that duration and other things which is related this course, like fees and duration and
Okay,
timing?
30 hours I have already
Okay.
said this. And who are joining from me, you can connect me towards the WhatsApp. I'll explain for the fees. And who are connecting from the Amit, please contact Amit. Let me just share his number and for he will help you. And Saurabh and others, you can just connect me. I'll explain you for this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See, his number is, let's take for Amit number. Who got the link from Amit, please contact Amit for fees and duration. I have already told, only fees and timing you can just discuss with him. Timing would be, I would prefer for this timing is if is okay everyone. Timing would be 7 p.m. if is okay all Indian time.
Yes.
Okay. And whoever joined from the Amit, you can talk with him, that is for fees. And who are joined from me, so we collaborated with the Neil Technologies and JOYATRES, and we working together and helping to the students. So now I'll give his number. You can connect him for who got the link for this from the Amit. You can just connect it. Who are joined from me, you can reach out to me over the WhatsApp, right? Nayana, Spurti, and Saurabh. Few people are joined from my side, right? Abhinav and
Dilshad also.
right. Okay, please connect me. I will discuss on that. And his number is 945. Sorry, 954 954 954 066 28 06. Okay, 954-066-2806. Please contact Amit. For fees, for timing, I would recommend for